Hello to all the students who are interested in startups. Korea's biggest nationwide startup competition for students, 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300, has returned with more support and fruitful programs this year. This online presentation video is created to explain the competition to many more students. We ask for your interest in students who dream of becoming young entrepreneurs and will lead the future of Korea. From now on, let me introduce you to the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300. Hosted by the Ministry of Education and organized by the Korea Research Foundation and the Korea Youth Entrepreneurship Foundation, 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 is Korea's biggest student startup competition to discover and foster promising student startup teams. It is held to promote entrepreneurship among students with innovative ideas and skills and to spread the startup culture. Through this competition, we are going to select and foster 300 promising student startup teams and prospective runner-up teams across the country to create a successful commercialization model and spread the positive student startup culture. This year's 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 is divided into 5 detailed tracks, depending on the startup stage and operation purposes. Including Grow Up for each stage of the startup process, various events will be held to spread student startup cultures, such as Networking Day for promising startup teams, online mock investment competition, and Student Startup Festival at Industry University Cooperation Expo. In addition, the Value Up track of this competition is also serving as a preliminary student league of the Challenge K 2023, the entrepreneurship competition hosted by multiple ministries altogether. Now, shall we learn about 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300? 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300, which is in its 8th event this year, has been positioned as the nation's biggest student startup competition for teenagers and college students. 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 is further subdivided and operated as 5 detailed tracks, adding the Value Up track international students for foreign student teams and the Grow Up track junior college students that will lead the revitalization of the local economy on top of the 3 existing tracks, Value Up, Grow Up, and Startup Build Up tracks. We will inform you about more detailed schedule and process of each track in a little while. The teams that pass the final selection of 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 will be provided with various training and customized programs for each Grow Up stage. First, they will be supported with customized Grow Up, mentoring for each startup process, and various programs such as mock investment competition and demo day to check the market reaction for the startup's item. Also, the teams can receive preferential treatment such as additional points in document screening when participating in the startup support programs of the host organization. In addition, 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 Value Up track also serves as a preliminary league for Challenge K 2023, which provides about 1.5 billion won in prize money and 20 ministerial awards. For student startup teams that wish to participate in Challenge K 2023, it is the best way to compete in the finals. Additional follow-up support such as startup support business, financial support, technology development, and market support is provided to teams advancing to the integrated finals depending on their performance in the finals. Shall we learn more about Challenge K 2023, the competition hosted by the multiple ministries altogether? Challenge K 2023 is the biggest startup competition in Korea held jointly by ministries such as the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Science and ICT, the Ministry of National Defense, and the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, and being held for the 8th time this year. In the finals of Challenge K 2023, 200 teams selected through each preliminary league will compete for about 2 months from the opening ceremony in September to the King of the Kings match at the end of October. As mentioned earlier, 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 Value-Up Track also serves as the preliminary league of the Challenge K 2023. A total of 5 teams selected through the Value-Up Track international students will be able to advance to the integrated finals. Details of Challenge K 2023 can be found through the notice on the K Startup website. First, we will guide you through the recruitment process for the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300. As mentioned earlier, the recruitment and selection of this year's competition are divided into 5 tracks: Value-Up Student, Value-Up International Students, Grow-Up Students, Grow-Up Junior College Students, and Startup Build-Up. Among them, the Value-Up Track International Students is for foreign students who have the potential to start a business in Korea and wish to enter the ministry integrated competition. After screening documents and presentations, 10 final selection teams receive training to strengthen their presentation skills, and after a separate selection process, the final 5 teams are allowed to advance to the combined finals. Teams who applied for the Value-Up Track first but dropped out can reapply for the Grow-Up Track students. If the team passed the Value-Up Track document screening, they will be given an exemption from document screening when reapplying for the Grow-Up Track. We will guide you through the process of the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300. As mentioned earlier, this year's competition is operated with 5 detailed tracks. In the Value-Up Track International Students, 20 teams are selected first through the first document screening, and the final 10 teams are selected through the second presentation screening. In August, they will participate in the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 online mock investment competition to publicize the items of the selected teams and to check the possibility of success. Additionally, an offline event will be held at the Sejong Convention Center to encourage the final selection team of the competition and to network among senior and junior startup teams. For your reference, only teams that participated in both the online mock investment competition and offline networking will be given a 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 certificate. Teams participating in the Value-Up Track International Students must have a team representative who is a foreign student, and the team must consist of 3 to 5 people, including the team representative. In the case of teams that have completed business registration, only startup teams within 3 years of business registration can participate. If you have started a business after January 26, 2023, the date that Challenge K 2023 was announced, you will participate as a pre-startup operator. Applicants who meet the following disqualification criteria are not eligible to participate in the competition, so please pay attention. Items that infringe or are likely to infringe on intellectual property rights such as patents and utility models of others. Industries excluded from startup according to Article 4 of the Enforcement Decree of the Small and Medium Business Startup Support Act, and startup items of anti-social nature such as speculation and environmental pollution are excluded from participation. Prize-winning teams or award items of 2016 to 2022 Challenge K King of the Kings are excluded from participation. Those who have received more than 30 million won in cumulative prize money through other entrepreneurship contests with the same or similar items as the submitted item, and teams that have exceeded 3 billion won in accumulated investment as of the announcement date are also excluded. However, this does not apply to technology development funds and startup support funds supported by the government, local governments, and public institutions. Please be sure to check with the institution to clarify the nature of the prize. If the disqualification criteria are confirmed with the eligibility for participation, the eligibility may be disqualified and measures such as prize money refund may be taken. Next, let's find out how to participate in the competition and how to apply. First, you can apply online at the Startup Promising Team 300 website u300.kr. The Value Up Track International Students is available from April 17th to 5 p.m. May 3rd. Both the team representative and team members must sign up for a membership on the website, and first, the team representative must submit application documents and create a team through the membership registration and competition application menu. After creating a team, the team members must search for their team on the website and apply for team member registration to the team representative. The team representative must approve the registration to complete the process. For application, the following documents must be submitted: application form, pledge, business plan, consent form for collecting and using personal information, proof of enrollment or leave of absence of all the team members, and business registration certificate for teams that have completed business registration. Foreign students must additionally submit a copy of their alien registration card or passport. The document form can be found on the Promising Startup Team 300 website. The following are guidelines and precautions related to online application submission. The application documents to be submitted by the team can be found and downloaded through the board. Membership registration is required before application, but access to the website may not be smooth due to excessive access to the website on the deadline. We recommend that you apply 2 to 3 days in advance. Please make sure that the documents are thoroughly prepared before the deadline, as application details can be modified before the deadline but not after. If the submitted documents are incomplete, the application will be automatically rejected without notice. Participation applications can be made by team unit, consisting of a minimum of 3 to a maximum of 5 people, including the team representative, and one person can belong to only one team. Only one item per team can be applied for, and multiple applications between types are not allowed. However, in the case of a team that was eliminated from the Value Up track, it is possible to reapply for the Grow Up track students. When participating in 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300, it is not allowed to participate in other affiliated leagues of Challenge K 2023. Please note that if the application form and business plan are falsely filled out, all support benefits will be canceled and refunded, and participation in the program will be banned for the next 3 years. The following are guidelines for changing team members. Team members can be changed only during the period below before the final selection. Team members can be changed from the announcement of the document screening results until the submission of presentation screening materials. However, in this case, 5 points will be deducted during the presentation review. Certificate of 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 will be issued only to the team that participated in the online mock investment competition and offline networking in August. And if the team members are changed as above, it will be issued based on the changed final roster. Next, there are precautions related to selection, screening, and the operation of the 300. In principle, all business plans announced during the course of the competition shall be made by the team representative. 5 points will be deducted from the evaluation when a team member, not the team representative, does the presentation. Presentation materials must be submitted in advance for the presentation review. The presentation materials are used as evidence of participation during the evaluation and reference materials for the evaluation committee. The judges participating in each selection screening are University Startup Fund officials or venture investment experts such as AC and VC. In addition, if the number of participating teams for each track is less than the final selection size, the recruitment period may be extended. Depending on the operational situations, the detailed schedule for each track and stage is subject to change. If the team does not participate in the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 networking, offline networking, and online mock investment competition after all track selections, the team will be disqualified from the final selection. Finally, the prize money from this competition will be paid to the team representative, and the team representative will be responsible for taxes and public charges. For more detailed information, please refer to the competition notice. Next, here is more information about the schedule of the Value Up Track International students. After the online application is complete, 20 teams, which is twice the number of teams in the final selection, will be selected through online document screening. The 20 teams that pass the document screening will participate in the presentation screening on May 31st to select the final 10 teams. The final 10 teams will receive pitching enhancement training for each team, such as a one-on-one pitching class to be prepared for the integrated finals. In August 2023, Promising Student Startup Team 300 networking will be held, and participants will take part in the online mock investment competition and offline networking. Through the online mock investment competition, you will find an opportunity to verify the value of the item in the market with external publicity and evaluations targeting the general public. And through offline networking, mutual exchanges among participating students, and networking opportunities between senior and junior startup teams are provided. The certificate for selected 2023 Promising Startup Team 300 by the Minister of Education is awarded only to teams that participated in both the online mock investment competition and offline networking. Afterward, the presentation screening will be held to select teams for the integrated finals, and the 5 selected teams will advance to the integrated finals of Challenge K 2023. To strengthen the competitiveness of the integrated finals, in-depth mentoring such as advancement of pitching skills and presentation materials and one-on-one mentoring will be conducted from the preparation for the finals to the King of Kings. If so, what will be the criteria for selecting participants? The screening criteria of the Value Up track largely consist of 4 items: problem recognition, feasibility, grow-up strategy, and team composition. Problem recognition evaluates the motivation for developing, the purpose of startup items, targeting, and identifying needs. Feasibility evaluates the potential of the business, such as the commercialization strategy of startup items, market analysis, and ways to secure competitiveness. As for the grow-up strategy, it is evaluated whether there are specific plans for sales strategy and financing, such as funding requirements and procurement plans, market entry, and performance strategies. Lastly, for the evaluation of team composition, team building, such as the competencies of the representative and team members, is evaluated. More detailed information can be found on pages 17 and 18 of the notice. Next, let's take a look at the benefits of the final selection team for the Value Up track international students. First of all, customized mentoring is provided for each business stage to advance the business, and a prize of 500,000 won is awarded to the top team of the online mock investment competition. In addition, only the teams participating in offline networking and online mock investment competitions will be given a certificate for promising startup team in the name of the Minister of Education. The teams can receive additional points and preferential treatment and be provided with opportunities to connect with the project supported by other private ministries when applying for a startup-related program of the host organization. Furthermore, 5 teams selected through a separate selection screening will be given a chance to advance to Challenge K 2023, a ministry-integrated competition. Through this systematic curriculum and various benefits, you can become a promising startup team. Let's take a look at the achievements of the teams that participated in the 2022 Promising Student Startup Team. Let me introduce the award-winning teams of Challenge K 2022 of 2022 Promising Student Startup Team 300. 6 teams advanced to the King of Kings, and 3 teams won the main prize. They won the grand prize, the best prize, and the encouragement prize, recording the best results ever. Team Ecotech of Pohang University of Science and Technology achieved the grand prize for the first time in the Student League with an eco-friendly buoy made of the mushroom mycelium and sawdust that unburdens fishermen's cost for styrofoam buoys. Plume D team of Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology won the best prize in the preliminary startup league with its AI sequence-based real-time motion recognition 3D avatar rendering solution. Midtown team of Yonsei University developed a service to try on clothes in online shopping malls and won the Encouragement Prize in the Preliminary Entrepreneurship League. We hope that all of you who are watching this video will also participate in the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 and achieve Grow Up. That was information about the 2023 Promising Student Startup Team 300 Value Up Track International students. Thank you for sharing your time with us. If you are a student who has an idea about starting a business and is preparing to start a business, this competition will be an opportunity for you to become a stepping stone to realizing your dream. For other inquiries, you can always ask questions on Kakao Talk through the Startup Promising Team 300 Kakao channel.